What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Sultai Death Shadow. Hope you're ready to get some nice little Death Shadow up and running. Maybe some nice little Tarmogoyfs or some Hooting Mandrills. I don't know. See how we go. As far as our opening hand goes, we have Misty, Double Misty. Yeah, this is pretty good. So we've got 2 shocks. Excuse me, 3 points of damage between our lands. We do have, if our opponent gets a creature out there, we have Dismember, Thought Scour. Yes, we will keep on this one. I like this hand a lot, actually. The only thing that would make it better is if we had some sort of Delve creature, but beggars will not be choosers on this one. Let's go and get the Misty down. Anything else we can go for? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. So, let's get the graveyard popped up real quick. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and crack the Misty. Probably going to go and grab a Watery Grave, shock that in, go for Thought Scour, just kind of get the graveyard going, and then we'll see if we draw in any sort of Delve creature. If not, we'll be online for Grizzly Salvage, which will allow us to kind of look at the top 5 cards of our library and then kind of go from there. Okay, opponent shocking in a Stomping Ground is going to put them down to 18. Attune with Aether. Search your library for a basic card. Okay. Maybe we got some, I don't know. Could be... Rugged Valakut, maybe? I'm not sure on this one with the Attune with Aether. Let's go and crack the Misty Rainforest on this one once we get into the out of the main phase. See if the reveal is mountain on that one. Okay, might be Valakut in some form or fashion. I'm not sure. Let's go and crack the Misty. We're going to go to 19. Let's go and shock the Watery Grave in. Yes, we're going to pay 2 on this one. Let's go for Thought Scour, targeting ourselves. And then Ooh, we do hit Hooting Mandrills. Okay. And we don't have Tarmogoyf in the hand right now, so we can actually just go ahead and delve out for Hooting Mandrills on this one. Let's go and get the Misty down. Let's go and crack the Misty. Let's go and shock in the Overgrown Tomb. We're going to pay 2 on this one. It's going to put us down to 14, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll actually give us 1 left after the Hooting Mandrill. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and exile this one. Let's go for it. Actually, let's go ahead and, there we go. And then pay for green. There we go. Okay. Everything tapped out. We're going to get Hooting Mandrills down. So I accidentally clicked on a land. I would have liked to left the... we did have Dismember in the hand. I would have liked to leave Thoughtseize in there on that. I accidentally clicked on that one. Thought I clicked on that one. So that was a mistake to leave that land in there. But it's okay. You know, if we draw the Tarmogoyf, we already have a sorcery over there. And then Misty right now. So we're okay. And then we'll get one of our instant or sorceries down and then kind of go from there. Opponent does get down a Botanical Sanctum. So I am kind of confused with what we've got going on. Luckily, we do have a Fatal Push on the Phantasmal Image Hooting Mandrills, which will be able to kind of get that off the battlefield. And then we also have the Varolz and the Death Shadow in our hand, too. So, if something happens to Death Shadow, we'll be able to get that and get the Scavenger ability on there. Ooh, beautiful. Let's go and shock the Watery Grave in. Yeah, we're going to go and pay 2. Well, if we don't shock it in, we cast Death Shadow. It goes into the graveyard. It's going to come out as a 1/1. We'll stop Dismember to kind of take care of it. Yeah, we're going to go and shock this one. Let's put us down to 12. And how do we want to sequence this one? We go for the Fatal Push. It's going to completely take care of it. Or if you want to pay a little bit extra life. Yeah, let's go and go for that. Let's go for the extra life. Let's go for pay for 1 and pay for 2 more. Actually, sequence that just a little bit differently. Choose Hooting Mandrills, the fake Hooting Mandrills. Click on our life twice. Let's tap for 1 more. It's going to get sacrificed from the Phantasmal Image targeting ability. It's going to put us down to 8, and then we can also get down Death Shadow. And then still have up Fatal Push to kind of stop any sort of creatures that come out there. Alright, let's go and swing in for 4. It's going to put our opponent down to 14. And anything else, now we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we do have Fatal Push up. We have Death Shadow on the battlefield. It's a nice little 5/5, so we have 9 points of damage coming across next turn. So if we draw another fetch land, that's going to be 6, and that'll be 8. So we'll have a nice little chunk of damage coming across. Now we do have Grizzly Salvage in the hand. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land from them into your hand, the rest in your graveyard. So if something does happen to our creatures out there, at least we do have Grizzly Salvage to kind of dig for a creature and at the same time kind of fuel our graveyard if we want to go for another Delve creature. Or let's say that we do hit a Harness Lightning, get 3 and then pay, and that's going to be 2 energy. That'll be a total of 5. Yeah, we're okay with that. If we draw the land, we'll actually be able to get down for rolls and put those +1 counters on Death Shadow, which I'll be a-okay with that if we hit the land drop. See if we hit the land drop. That should be enough to kind of... Oh, Vapor Snag, that's a bummer. We'll still go and get Varolz down. And, you know, to be perfectly honest, this is a little cute with Varolz and the Death Shadow, but there's just some games where you have it. Like, you can kind of force a win off of that one, and it feels really good. So, let's go and swing in for 4. And I guess this is just Temur energy. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Let's go swinging for 4. You're going to put it down to 10, and then anything else. Now we're going to go and pass the turn. So I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. We have Vapor Snag in the hand. We have Fatal Push, so that if they do deploy any sort of creatures out there, we can bounce them back to their opponent's hand, or at least kind of take care of it with the Fatal Push. Then, worst comes to worst, we have the Scavenge on Death Shadow to put on Hooting Mandrills. All right, opponent gets down an Aetherworks Marvel, and then we'll be able to get that Scavenge ability. So I guess it is Temur Aetherworks over in Modern, so seems like an interesting build. And beautiful. Let's go for the Death Shadow. And then we do draw into the Catacombs. Let's go. Yeah, let's just go and scavenge on the Hooting Mandrills. And that's what makes Hooting Mandrills really good, is that it is a trample creature with Delve, so you can actually get it out really quick. And then if something does happen to your Death Shadow, then you'll be able to push in a nice little chunk of damage. So you can see we've got a Hooting Mandrill sitting at a 13-13, and it looks like it is Aetherworks Marvel. So let's see what we want to do against this deck. We do have 3 Nature's Claims in here, so let's kind of bring those over real quick. Bring in the 3 Nature's Claim. Actually, see it just a little bit better. I think we can put it in this column right here. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so we're going to bring in 3 Nature's Claim. I guess we could bring in Ceremonious Rejection. If we wanted to bring in Trick Bind, that would be a good option for us to kind of go for the activation off Aetherworks Marvel. Go Gary Charm, Stubborn Denial. I'm going to bring in an extra Stubborn Denial to kind of catch some of the others. Yeah, let's go and bring in Stubborn Denial. I like that one. So we have 3 Nature's Claim we're bringing in, 1 Stubborn Denial. And then do we want Trick Bind that bad? So right now we have two Stubborn Denials. 1 coming out of the sideboard, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize. I kind of like Thoughtseize in this match. Let's go down on 1 Snapcaster. Let's go down on a couple Lilianas. Well, that'll give us an option to kind of target them, but I like the Nature's Claim on this. Yeah, let's go and back off the Liliana. And leaves 1 more card. Let's go down on 1 Grizzly Salvage. Okay, let's kind of see how this looks out. So we have 3 Stubborn Denials, 3 Nature's Claim. Hopefully we can catch the Aetherworks Marvel. If not, we can take care of it with Nature's Claim and still kind of maintain our creature board state. Yeah, I feel like Trick Bind might be a little cute. We'll see how Game 2 goes. You know, if we want to bring in Trick Bind in Game 3, we'll definitely go for it. Okay, and submit this one over to Game 2. Get the chat closed. But yeah, it's I've played against Temur Aetherworks in Modern before. I think I got it was whenever Aetherworks Marvel got banned. Ooh. Not wild about this. You know, we have Thought Scour. We could get into another creature off of that. But that's some really high hopes off this one. Yeah, let's go and mulligan. I'm not wild about this opening hand. Yeesh. Let's go 1 more mulligan. Yeah, I guess we'll keep. Hopefully we get lucky with the scry or the draw. So we'll keep on this one. See what's on top. Tarmogoyf. Let's go and put Tarmogoyf on the bottom. If we had a fetch line, we'll be in business because we'll be online for Grizzly Salvage. But yeah, so I played against Aetherworks a long time ago whenever it was banned in Standard. Somebody just strictly, 100% just brought it over into the Modern tournament practice room. And it was pretty good. It went off. Drawn to another Tarmogoyf. Let's go ahead and do we want to shock this in? I don't think we have to worry about Arbor Elf at this point right now. And if we do draw into Death Shadow, yeah, we'll go and shock it in. I'm okay with that. I'm going to kick it over. So at this point right now, hopefully we just hit any land at this point. We'll be able to get down Tarmogoyf. It's a fetch land. We'll probably go for Grizzly Salvage first. That way we can dig a little bit deeper for some other sort of answer. Maybe another creature, or we can simply just start fueling the graveyard so we can start rolling these Tarmogoyfs out. So, and that's the good thing about Grizzly Salvage in this deck, is that it is a May ability. So reveal the top 5, put a creature or a land, and then the rest into your graveyard. It's 100% just a May ability. So if you just want to dump 5 into the graveyard at instant speed, you can go for it. So you can also use Grizzly Salvage as a little bit of a combat trick. So if we are playing with Tarmogoyf, let's say it is a 2/3, you don't have an instant in the graveyard or a creature or something somehow, you go for Grizzly Salvage and then activate or cast Grizzly Salvage, and then whatever dumps in the graveyard is going to pump your Tarmogoyf. So you can use it as kind of like a last minute combat trick. Okay, drawn to Fatal Push. I think of this one before they have a chance to utilize the breeding pool. Let's go ahead and go Fatal Push on Arbor Elf. I'll make Tarmogoyf a nice little 2/3, and if we had a land drop, it would be a 3/4, so that'll be a nice little clock for us. Alright, untap target forest, untap the breeding pool, and then the Glass Blower's Puzzle Knot. Okay, and then we'll go and kick it over to our opponent. So, unfortunately, we are running really a little, not really light, but we're running about 19 lands in this stack. So there will be some opening hands to where you kind of have to mulligan down into something that you do want, and unfortunately, didn't really want to go. Oh, beautiful, drawn to Misty. Okay, let's go and get the Misty down. So we get there is one instant in the graveyard. So if we go for land, that's going to be a nice little 3/4. Yeah, it'll be right outside of that bolt range. Let's go and crack the Misty. Let's go ahead and grab the Watery Grave, if they're going to let it get through. Okay, let's go and shock the Watery Grave, and we're going to pay 2 on this one. Puts us down to 15, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and go Tarmogoyf. I like going Tarmogoyf on this one. Kind of gives them a test to see if they have any sort of removal or maybe a counter spell. If something does happen to the Tarmogoyf we have on the stack right now, we have a backup Tarmogoyf, super secret backup Tarmogoyf. And then we have Snapcaster or Tasker coming out of the graveyard to kind of do a little bit of cleanup duty. We'll be able to swing him for 3 next turn if Tarmogoyf sticks around, and then we'll also be able to kind of go for a last minute little Grizzly Salvage if it does. But let's see what they're going for now. It's going to be 3 total mana they're tapping out for. Okay, they're going to crack the Glassblower's Puzzle Knot. Scry 2, then you get 2 energy. Alright, that's fun. But yeah, I did play against the Aetherworks deck a while back, and it was whenever it was banned, somebody just brought it into the modern tournament practice room. I haven't played against it in a while, but I remember playing against it, and it was not that bad. Remember they held it. I mean, there were some small changes that needed to be made to kind of port over to a modern style deck, but I mean, it held its own. So that's kind of interesting to play against. All right, now with our opponent cracking that Glassblower's Puzzle, that did allow Tarmogoyf to go to a 4/5 with the artifact in the graveyard now. So we actually have a nice little clock with Tarmogoyf. All right, opponent does get down the Aetherworks Marvel, and they are sitting at 6 total energy. So let's see see what the spin is on this one. And luckily, that's going to be about it for their energy. I'm not sure what else they can rally from there, but we'll see what their look at the top 6 cards of your library, cast a card with that, and let's see what it is. Ugin, okay. I don't think we're having a way to deal with Ugin. But we'll try. We'll see what we can do against Ugin. Alright, Tarmogoyf gets exiled. And they're going to be able to keep exiling it like that. Let's go ahead and... How do we want to sequence this? So we shock it in, go down to 13. Yeah, let's shock that in. So if we go for Tarmogoyf again, they're going to have to go for the -2, which will put it down to... Yeah, let's go and go for that. Then that puts us on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... If we go for Tassiger, they're not going to be able to exile it. We'll be able to swing in, knock it down, and I think we'll have yeah, let's go ahead and go for Grizzly Salvage on this one. I think I like getting down Tassiger a little bit more. So let's go for Grizzly Salvage. That we can really fuel the graveyard up. That's going to be at least 5 Hooting Mandrills. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the black off that one. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab the Misty. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, go and grab the Misty. Let's go ahead and go for Tassiger. Let's go. An opponent does have a creature in the graveyard, so let's go and exile Hooting Mandrills, and they do have Arbor Elf and an artifact. So let's get rid of Grizzly Salvage. Let's go Misty. Hold on to Misty. Let's get rid of Fatal Push. We need to delve 2 more. It's going to go Abrupt Decay, and then we can go and exile that Misty because we do have another Misty in the hand. All right, there we go. So we can at least crack the Misty and get Tarmogoyf to a nice little... kind of get the lane in the graveyard and go from there. All right, anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. All right, Tassiger does have a converted mana cost of 6, so that's going to allow us to get rid of, kind of escape that Ugin trigger right there. And then next turn we can get down Tarmogoyf and have a backup for Tassiger in case something happens like that. And then we always have Snapcaster on Nature's Claim to blast the Aetherworks Marvel, kind of get that off the battlefield so they don't really start kind of rolling that energy back up. Yeah, you can see where Aetherworks Marvel, you know, it's not that, it's not like, oh, goofy standard deck. I mean, you know, they busted a nice little Ugin off that one, so it took a little bit of work, but it's always enjoyable playing against different kind of modern decks like this. So we'll see what they go for on this one. Okay, they're tapping out for blue, and we get Harness Lightning. Choose target creature is going to be 3 energy. Okay, take care of Tassiger on that one. With the Ugin activation. Drawn 2 Thought Scour. Let's go and get the Misty down. And they're sitting at 2 total energy. Let's go ahead and... So they're getting really close to the -10 ability for Ugin, +3 target creature or player. Do we want to keep fighting around an Ugin on this, or do you just want to try and send this one over to game 3? If we get down Tarmogoyf, they'll be able to exile it for 2. I just feel like it's going to be an uphill battle fighting against Ugin on this one. We'll give it a shot. Let's go ahead and go for Thought Scour at this point. Let's go and crack the Misty. Let's just try and get in Death Shadow's range and see what we can kind of just work into. Let's go ahead and shock the Breeding Pool in. Yes, we're going to pay 2 life on this one. They're only at 2 energy right now on the Marvel, so we're okay. Let's go for Thought Scour. Drawn to another land. Let's go ahead and get down the... Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and go for Tarmogoyf. It's going to force him to use the Ugin for -2, but I don't know, we'll just go ahead and get it down, see if we can't force some sort of action. You know, if we get down Snapcaster as a way to kind of block on that one, to swing in at Ugin, I guess it's okay. Mainly, we're going to try and use Snapcaster on Nature's Claim. So we'll see what they kind of roll out this turn. If they're going to go for the minus ability on Ugin, on Tarmogoyf, then we'll probably just go and kick this one over to game 3 and see what we can kind of come up with. Hopefully we... Okay, exile that one. See what we draw into, and then probably just go ahead and shit this one over to game 3. Alright, tapping out for 1, 2, 3. See what they're going for on this one. But I do love the artwork on Aetherworks Marvel. It's always looked... it's one of those cards that whenever... hey, we got Super Secret backup Aetherworks Marvel, so we got double Marvels on this one. Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and... that's pretty nice, getting the extra... the extra energy off that one. Okay, kick it over to... see what we draw into. There's a Pluto Delta. Yeah, let's go and send this one over to game 3. I do like the Nature's Claim in here to take care of Aetherworks Marvel. I don't know if we actually have a hard... Do you have Pulse to kind of take care of Ugin? I guess that would be good to go and bring that in to kind of take care of Ugin and Aetherworks Marvel. Anything else we want to bring in? Let's go ahead and back off the... let's back off the rolls on this one. Bring in the 2 Maelstrom Pulses. I think I like that. Sort by converted mana cost. That kind of ups our answers to Ugin in that one. Anything else? Do we want to find a spot for Trick Bind? I think I do. Let's go ahead and cut Abrupt Decay on this one and just bring in a Trick Bind. I like that. There's just some times where, you know, if our opponent's building up some energy, we can go for Trick Bind and kind of counter that activation. I do like it. So if we have it in the hand, maybe it'll give us a good opening hand. We'll see what we can do, and see what we can do in game 3. But yeah, you can see where, yeah, it's not just, that's just the old standard deck. It won that game on that one. Oh, Surge Opening Hand, yeah, that's pretty good. We've got Misty, Overgrown Tomb, Trick Bind, Hooting Man. The only thing, we do have Thought Scour, so we'll be able to get Delve Online with Hooting. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. I like this opening hand. We have the Pulse to kind of take care of anything without them gaining some life. Yes, beautiful. I would take this. The only thing that would make it better is we had Grizzly Salvage in here, but having Fatal Push in here to kind of take care of the Arboreal so they don't really get ahead on land or mana or anything like that would be good. But yeah, you're going to have some, with running so many lands in this deck, you're going to have some clunky hands like we had on game 2, to where you always want to make sure you're you mulligan into something that will give you some sort of game plan. So let's go ahead and get the Misty down. Anything else? Now we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So right now we're looking at cracking the Misty, grabbing a Watery Grave, shocking that in, and then going for a Thought Scour to put the top 2 cards of our library. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be 4 cards in the graveyard once we get the Thought Scour going, and then we'll see if we can't get ourselves a nice little quick little Hooting Mandrills going. Attune with Aether. Search your life for basic and then reveal it to energy. Okay. That's fine. And that's the good thing about having Trick Bind is we can allow the... Actually, excuse me one second. The good thing about having Trick Bind is we can allow them to kind of slowly start building their energy up and wait for them to get down Aetherworks Marvel and then go for the Trick Bind in response to the activation. So it's always nice. Let's go and crack the Misty. Let's go and grab that Watery Grave. We're going to pay 2 on this one. Let's go for the Thought Scour. There we go. Click on the blue. Okay. Fatal Push and the 4 cards in the graveyard. And then Grizzly Salvage. Just go and shock the Overgrown Tomb. And we're going to pay 2 on this one. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be just enough for Hooting Mandrills. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for it. I like it. We don't have Tarmogoyf in the hand or anything like that. And we can go for that. I like it. Get down to Hooting Mandrills. And then we're going to be able to pass the turn. So the good thing about, you know, we are running a lot of Delve creatures in here. And we're also running a full set of Tarmogoyfs in here. So that you would think that that would kind of conflict with each other. You will have some opening hands to where... It is a little clunky, but to be perfectly honest, with cards like Grizzly Salvage, you're going to be able to cast it at instant speed and grab a creature or land, or simply just dump everything in there. So really, off your Grizzly Salvage flip, you're pretty much always going to hit at least 2 card types. So, and then fingers crossed that Grizzly Salvages will be one of the instants. So even if you delve away your entire graveyard, you can always refuel it with Grizzly Salvage and have Tarmogoyf be at least a 3/4 or 4/5. So Servant of the Conduit. Okay, 2/2. We do have Fatal Push for that one. Hopefully we hit the land drop. If not, I'm completely okay with going for that. I just like to really bust a Grizzly Salvage if we can. Draw into Thoughtseize. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and go. Let's send Thoughtseize up top. Let's see what they have in the hand. See if there's something we want to take care of. And if not, then we might be able to go ahead and go for Fatal Push on the... they're sitting at double forest on this one. So, alright, they have the Canal, Aetherworks Marvel, Remand, Rogue Refiner. We're not going to have an answer for Rogue Refiner, Tezzeret's Gambit, and Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. Let's go ahead and go for the Rogue Refiner. I think, if they tap out, they'll have Remand, but if they want to catch like Fatal Push or something like that, and then Trickbind has split second, so they're not going to be able to counter it. So let's go ahead and go for Rogue Refiner. That's going to keep them off the battlefield, and it'll kind of clear the way for us to start swinging in. Let's get that popped back up, too. Let's go ahead and go for Fatal Push on the Servant of the Conduit. Take care of them. And let's go and swing in for 4. It's got me wanting to build Aetherworks Marvel now for Modern. I don't know, it just seems like a fun deck to try and get that energy going. Okay, anything else? Now we're going to go past this turn. Yeah, that's one of those things when they spoiled Aetherworks Marvel. I just kept looking at it like, man, that's, like, I don't play a lot of Standard. And that's not from a high horse standpoint. That's just from, I just prefer Modern and Commander, and make sure we cross out that canal. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those things where I was like, man, that kind of looks like a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and let's swing in for 4. It just seems like a fun deck to play. I remember Aetherworks Marvel kind of made me want to get into Standard, so that was pretty cool. Plus the Zombies deck, when Zombies was kind of a pretty good deck, that got me itching to play some Standard. Let's go and swing in for 4. It's going to put our opponent down to 11. And then even if you don't have a crazy aggressive creature board state, there'll just be some games where you should start swinging in with your Delve creature for a turn and you can really put in some work. Now, at this point right now, they have 4 mana. They can go for Aetherworks Marvel. They only have 4 energy. I feel pretty safe going for a Grizzly Salvage at this point right now because I really want to make the land drop. And they can't really, they'd have to do some setting up. Yeah, let's go and go for Grizzly Salvage, see if we can't hit the land drop. If they want to go for Remand, they can. And it won't be the end of the world if they want to go for that. But if we can make the land drop this turn, I would definitely appreciate it. And it also allow us to, where if we can get some more stuff in the graveyard, will allow us to kind of cast Hooting Mandrills where we don't have to worry about a Remand coming across. Okay, so there's Death Shadow, Tarmogoyf, and Misty. So we get down the Misty, that'll turn us online for Fatal Push, Maelstrom Pulse, and Trickbind. And then Hooting Mandrills will have some nice stuff to go from there. Yeah, I think I like Misty on this one. Let's grab the Misty. Let's get the Misty down. Now, if we go for Hooting Mandrill, yeah, that's just going to stick out for Remand, so we're just going to go and pass the turn. We'll leave it over there. That way, if they do draw into a creature, we'll be online for the Revolt activation off the Revolt off Fatal Push, and then we kind of stop them. Okay, let's see if they're going to go for Harnessed Lightning. 3 energy. Okay, going to take care of Hooting Mandrills. If they want to use 4 of it. Okay, excuse me, they go to 7. So we'll see exactly what they're going to go for. They're going to go for the Aetherworks Marvel. They'll be able to get down that energy and go for the activation. If they hit, well, they had a force. Well, maybe they already played that force, excuse me. You get on the Rogue Refiner, so that will give us access to Trickbind to kind of go from there, and we can go for Fatal Push to kind of keep Rogue Refiner off the battlefield. Alright, let's go and do that, actually. Let's go and crack the Misty. Let's go and search up a, let's grab a Overgrown Tomb. Is that what we want? We have Pulse and something like Hooting Mandrills. Yeah, we'll go and go for, well, if we go into double stab, yeah, let's go and grab Watery Grave. I'm going to shock that in. Let's go for Fatal Push on the Rogue Refiner. If we can click on it. But yeah, we're going to go for Fatal Push on the Rogue Refiner to get that off the battlefield. We'll be able to swing in for 4 next turn. And if they do tap out for Aetherworks Marvel, we'll be online for the Trickbind activation. There we go. Let's go for Fatal Push on the Rogue Refiner. And they'll be able to swing in for 4 this turn. See, we draw into Stubborn Denial. Beautiful. Let's go and swing. That'll be online for the Aetherworks Marvel. And then we also have Trickbind to kind of stop any other actions. Swing in with the Hooting Mandrills. It's going to be 4. Put them down to 7. And I think at this point we could go for Hooting Mandrills off the Overgrown Tomb. They're tapped out for remand. Yeah, I think I like going for Hooting Mandrills. That'll give us I'll put a clock on our opponent, and then we still have Trick Bind or Stubborn Denial next turn. Let's go ahead and go for let's exile the opponent. Yeah, the opponent does have a land in the graveyard. They do have an instant, so we can go Fatal Push. They do have a Tune with Aether, so we can go Thoughtseize. We'll leave Death Shadow. No, excuse me, we don't have the rolls in there, so it's not really going to matter. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of Grizzly Salvage. Okay. Get down Hooting Mandrills. We're able to get that down. It's going to have a clock next turn. We'll have 8 coming across next turn, and that just puts them on remand. And if they do go for Aetherworks Marvel, going for the 6 energy, they're only at 9 right now. So we can go for the Trick Bind without worrying about the... oh, it looks like they don't hit the land drop. But we don't have to worry about them going for the... them remanding our Stubborn Denial off this one. So, alright. Let's get the Misty down. Let's go and swing in. This will be 8 coming across, so we'll see what if they have any sort of answer to kind of stop this. If not, then it looks like we should be able to kind of close it out. I guess we could Gambit for something that, well, excuse me, that's going to be sorcery. So I'm trying to figure out what they could do to kind of get out from this one. Okay, let's go and swing in for 8. And that should be, okay. Now we have an activation. Alright. Harness Lightning. Let's go and go for Stubborn Denial. Should be good. Oh. There we go. Stubborn Denial and the Harness Lightning. And there's something that they do have an answer to that. I mean, it's only green. Okay, opponent scoops it up. So we had double Hooting Mandrills coming across. But yeah, that's kind of fun played against Aetherworks Marvel. I'm glad we didn't get on the battlefield. So, and it was also would have been nice to have Trick Bind for that one too. So, alright everybody, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.